I've got going on. Let's see if I can get it a little bit brighter. So, welcome. 1 second, pausing this. I'll be right back. I do that. There we go. That would work. Oh, shoot. I think I have to. I'm still learning this thing, so bear with me. There we go. Well, it looks like I have to charge it. So that didn't stay charged for very long. Oh well. So I'm going to set this up. I've got my singing bowl. So please let me know in the comments who's here with me. I know I posted this in WhatsApp first, so I don't know. I'm making this public simply because, good morning, Miss Becca. I was guided to do so. Just went into a really beautiful travel that I'll share with you all. I've got a crystal portal set up right there. I don't know if you guys can see it, like right there. And then I have the lights. So, yes, beautiful, beautiful traveling that just took place. And forever, whoever just joined, please don't forget to let me know in the comments who's here with us. I'm curious, I'm curious because this is a public one. So obviously people are going to be joining from outside the soul pod. So, but for those, of course, in my soul pod, you guys know the requirement to let me know who's here. Hello, Miss Mina. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I know it's late there, so I'm so grateful that you are here with us. Well, if I can get, okay, we go. I'm going to be using the third eye singing bowl a little bit. And so lovely here with the fireplace, and I've got different lights going. And it could be a possibility that we've got Yana or someone else here that just normally doesn't speak up and say much. So Yana, if you got this leak and you are joining, please let me know in the comments. This is a requirement for our soul pod now, that you at least let me know that you are here. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Give me a moment, you guys. I got to pull this out. All right, there we go. All right, getting the singing bowl set up. And then I will share with you all my journey. Okay. So welcome everyone. And since I don't actually know if YouTube is showing me the right numbers or not, if there really is people joining, will you please let me know who's here? I do have a feeling that people will start joining from outside of the soul pod. So hello, Miss Angie. Beautiful. I know since I'm doing it later in the day today, there's going to be those that are able to join that normally wouldn't. Well, that would be true if this was available for replay, but since we're doing it live, I guess you're right though, since there's only the now that exists, that could be someone tuning in for the replay. You're right, Becca. I almost tripped up and went into a mindset of, oh, well, that's not happened yet, but it has. That's the beautiful part about it. It has. So that's a magnificent point, Becca. Beautiful. Well done. Okay, so we've got Bruiser back there on the couch. There he is. No, he's on that side. There's my baby. You almost can't see him because he's so dark. There he is. He looked up. Say hi, baby. Do you see his eyes? Hi, sweet baby. Okay, Mama's doing her live. So I just went on a journey, and I'm going to share it with you all because I do feel that when we delve into this, some of you might be transported to the same place. Like I said, I was about to do my live just a little bit ago, and I was told, but I was feeling so exhausted. And I know that that means that there's something here. There's something that I'm meant to receive. And simultaneously, I'm also feeling exhausted because as a channel, I'm always channeling. Even when I'm not live, I'm always channeling. And it might get a little bit glitchy for a minute, everyone. It just cut out for a second. As I'm starting to transmit these frequencies, as I begin to speak truth, I'm usually connected on my phone internet. I don't know how the Wi-Fi is going to handle this, so I'm hoping it will be good. But so I was asked to lay down and receive. So I did. And I lay down on the couch, and immediately, as soon as I accepted, because I was kind of resisting it, because I felt like, well, if I lay down, I'm not going to get back up, and I really need to bring this transmission through. And and it was almost like something, I was held down. It was like, no, you need to receive in divine timing. So I was like, okay. So I just received. And immediately, as soon as I accepted and I did not resist, my third eye just opened up, and it was a beautiful bright light. All of a sudden, I saw amazing geometric patterns. There's some of it I remember that I'm gonna try to recreate to the best of my ability. There was a dragon in the middle, flying and swirling and flying, just doing circles, swirling around. And it was circling the geometric structure, and the geometric structure was slightly shifting. And it kept changing shapes, but it also kept the same shape, if that makes sense. So I recognize this as these are the codes. Like I'm being guided to the codes, because these were codes that there's different ways to receive codes. As a purity carrier, I am automatically connected to the gateways, the higher realms that are accessible to those that are children of purity, and this is our only mission. And every single transmission that I bring forth, I am connected into my higher self. My higher self is connected into my oversoul, and then the oversoul is connected into the cosmic monad, universal monad, and there are many universes. So having this connection point, I connect into many places, and they're not always in this universe. But they're always happening through me, just like for each of you. They're always happening through you. And so when we connect, when we say that truth, that I am the higher self, we state where we are receiving from. And anytime you connect into your higher self, you can connect to any version of you, not just human, but other. And it's a necessity that it happen through you, because those other energies cannot connect to you without your permission. That's why I speak and invoke, or I invite them in, because in the unconscious world, your energy is leaked very easily. And just as your energy is leaked very easily, there are those in the interdimensional planes that are not in sacred service to others. They work for a darker agenda. They work for the other side of the polarity, if you will. And so they are looking to siphon, and they're looking to work through others that are upholding a spiritual purpose, but from a state of manipulation, such as Gaia. Gaia is a perfect example of that. And so that's when we call them dark light carriers or false light carriers. And they are so deeply ingrained in ego that they are a one-way ticket to connect with those that are serving. They're serving in the name of source, but they're serving to fulfill an agenda that is corrupt and malicious. But that's the other side of the spectrum. And up until you reach seventh density and seventh dimension, that's available. you have, I mean, that's an option, but you will always return to source. And it actually begins, you kind of start beginning to turn back into source, or turning back towards the light. As you go further and further up into fifth and sixth, I mean, you really start, you can't go any further than seventh, trying to fulfill that, because they're still a part of the one. We're just souls that chose a different path. That's all it is. And that's why it's important to remember when we witness those, like we were talking about family members, you guys were talking about your dreams, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful aspects coming through in the dreams, because it was showing a beautiful reflection of how someone, a soul that is on a path of truth and light, can open up, accept and receive others that are not. And that's the purpose of us being on this path, is that it's not to change what someone else is doing. It's to love and accept them unconditionally, so that they can know what that feels like in the presence of another, even if they're unconscious to it. And is it difficult? Yes, it absolutely can be difficult, especially when you're constantly around that energy. But it's a necessity that you choose to uphold your energy from a place of integrity, and not allow you to become a byproduct of circumstance. So that's that taking responsibility for your, how you respond or how you react. So all of this that's taking place is a beautiful mirror of how you are continually stepping into your higher self, and how you are continually honoring your higher self. Bear with me one moment, everyone. I just thought of something. Pause right there. Hang on just 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Hang tight. I've got to dampen down the fireplace. 1 second. Gotta check on my dog. Hang on 1 second, you guys. Okay, there we go. Who's out there running around playing? So what everyone is stepping into now is this this higher perception. And sometimes if we are not able to step into that perception in real time, we will step into that perception in a dream. And the dream will offer us an opportunity to experience what it is like to be within the knowledge, within the knowing, within the recognition of what you are in relation to your parents, in relation to what you are to your partner or your friends or your coworkers, but to experience that relationship from a place that is free, from a place that holds no conditions, from a place that holds no reaction, from a place that holds nothing but love, and nothing but this openness and this pure acceptance, and there is no more denying. It gives you a true opportunity to experience that. And I've seen that in what everyone was posting, that I've had an opportunity to read thus far in the WhatsApp group is, and I would love, Mina, I know you mentioned that you would love to have a dream circle, and I would love if we took our soul pod and expanded on it and started speaking into dreams more. I love what you described, Angie, and your experience in your undergraduate. I think let's bring that forth. I mean, there's no other, we don't need an extra space. We could do it here. We could do it now. And I think that's a beautiful opportunity for us to become more aware. So when I was teleported to this, I was teleported to the central sun of this universe, which is directly connected to the central sun of every other universe, which is directly connected into the grand central sun. And as I was receiving these codes, like everything was so bright, and I was still awake. I could still hear what was going on in the background. I could hear myself breathing. I could hear Bruiser breathing. I could hear the TV lightly in the background. And yet I was still traveling. I was still experiencing. And the patterns were unlike anything I've seen thus far. And I'm really, really excited to see how those are interwoven through the transmission today. as I was saying, as a channeler, I'm always channeling. And I've noticed with the induction of the solar consciousness that we have been integrating through the soul pod. It's not surprising that these things are coming through in the dream either. Um, but I've been pretty exhausted. My physical, because everything is being reconstructed on a mental level. So I want to let everyone know that that's what's taking place. I think I've spoken into this, but I'm going to speak into it again for those that are joining that don't have access to our other transmissions. I want you to be aware that the whole your programming and everything that creates the illusion, everything that creates the simulation for you is going to be reconstructed. Everything on a cellular level is being reconstructed, which always happens in the transmissions that I provide. But this, you're really going to feel that sensation of being burned from the inside out. You might feel flushing sensations, whether during the transmission or in every now moment following the transmission. You need to be sure to drink plenty of water. This is an instance where I will say drink some lemon water, but depending on how much water you're drinking, don't overdo it so that you don't dehydrate, because your cells are going to be acting as miniature suns. And this coding that is coming through today is, you guys know that are in my soul pod that experienced that live yesterday, where Yeshua, Isis, and Ra and myself all joined together as one. I almost passed out a few times. It was really intense. I do feel like that's going to happen again on this transmission. I've already got Mary Magdalene that's coming through, and Osiris came through. I was joined with many, many, many when I was in the central sun, and I was traversing the gateways. So I can already feel them incoming, actually, because this is already taking place. I'm starting to feel a little bit lightheaded, so I'm just going to ask everyone to bear with me. Anytime I join with Yeshua, it is extremely powerful. Actually, anytime I join with any in oneness, it is extremely powerful. Energetically, because this realm, I do too, Angie. Yes, I am feeling that as well, because energetically everything is already starting to align, because as I'm speaking, I recognize myself as, anytime I speak anything, it's here, it happens. So when I step into this transmission, I'm speaking what is happening. So therefore it just continues to build upon itself. So even in this introduction, I am actually setting the stage and already setting the energy up. When I guide you through it, it's already here. I'm already present there. So I would love for each of you to become aware of that, because if I am, you are. And as soon as I speak something, it is here. There is no distance, there is no time. So with having an extra Ascended Master joining me in my blueprint of Ascended Mastery, that's another extra bit of energy. I'm already feeling lightheaded. So probably going to be going a little bit slower than normal. And I am so grateful to be able to provide this. And I am so grateful that you all have chosen to be present during this. This is a beautiful gift. I am extremely honored to be able to provide this for the greater collective and not just the soul pod, as I would like for, I like to provide that at least once a week, so that other souls have an opportunity to see the power of what's here. Of course, those in my soul pod know that the power comes. This was something that was spoken into yesterday by a soul pod member. Christy was saying, and we were all reflecting on that it's not just the choice. It's not just saying, I choose the path of love and light, and then just letting everything happen to you, or just doing things the way you've always done it. That's not an option. The path of truth, the path of light, is in every single moment, in every now moment. The choice that you make and the choices you make, I call them sub choices. They are upholding that path. So if you do not have access to the experience of such pure energy, I highly recommend that you start considering joining a soul pod, whether it's mine or someone else's. I highly recommend it, because we are already here energetically for the year of 2024. And this is the year of the light workers. This is the year for those that have been traversing and choosing to rise above 3D. For those of us that have been really moving through it and really feeling like Are we getting somewhere? Are we getting somewhere? Like, we know we are, but the external has only reflected it back to us in bits and pieces. We're really going to start seeing that unfold for us this year. And it does not mean that it's not here for everyone else. It just means that they're not going to experience it in this way. They can't, because they have yet to attune themselves, align themselves, and choose. Energy does not just happen to you, just like I was speaking into. You allow it in. Whatever you allow in is what you experience. So if you do not have access to the currency of the new realm through you, because you are still choosing to access the currency of the old realm through you, then you're going to be connected to the depreciation and collapse of the civilization for the remainder of your lifetime, because that's what you're choosing. Whereas those of us that have chosen to commit ourselves to this path, that are doing the work, that are showing up, that are making the choices, that are transcending again and again and again, well, we are building the new earth. So we're gonna see it, we're gonna recognize it, we're gonna know it, but we're also gonna get to experience it. So that's what's happening. And that's why I've been saying, especially for the last 6 months, that your choice that you make in the last parts of this year are going to solidify and completely reconstruct the way you experience the next 3 years and then the next 5 years. So the next 3 years is going to be the stages of building, and it's all here now. Even though I'm saying 3 years, it's here now. It's going to start unfolding where we can actually tangibly recognize it in our environment over the next 3 years. And then over that, the next 5, it's going to be like a whole new world. It really is. So even as I'm saying this, everything is opening up. All this truth that is flowing through me is being shown to me by higher consciousness. It is, everything that I speak is being shown to me in the now moment. It is, I don't, like I told myself, I don't know what I'm going to say until I say it. So it's not something I put thought into. It's not something that I go on social media and see what other people are posting. I don't go to see what the latest data is to support anything, because I just don't, that's not a part of my process. And honestly, it's not that I don't care, but it doesn't serve me as a channeler to do that. It's best for me to have no clue what anyone's talking about and just provide what is pure to me. So welcome. Thank you for joining. And if this is your first time joining, I do recommend that you have yourself seated in a comfortable position. If you choose to lay down, that's fine. However, I do recommend sitting, because it will allow you to remain as consciously aware as possible, which I know for this energy, it's really intense. It's really powerful. So there might be a majority of you that's able to stay awake, and that's okay. Okay, Becca, that's fine. Beautiful. We're actually getting ready to start. So I would say go ahead and be present at work, and then we'll just see you in the replay. Definitely make sure that you've got some water handy, and if you're able to get yourself just a space set up that's comfortable, recommend it. But if you're able to stay awake, beautiful, because the journey is energy. I'm taking the brunt of it, if you will. So I don't think anyone's going to feel like they're going to pass out, although I might feel like that. Love you, Miss Becca. Thank you. We'll see you in the replay. However, it is powerful, and it's going to show itself through each of you in a way that is available. This is reconstruction. It's solar consciousness. So it's higher consciousness induction, and it's coming from the connection, the triadic connection to the central suns. And it's permeating your mind, and it's breaking down the walls, and it's disintegrating. So you might actually not see as much as you normally do, because the way that you perceive is being reconstructed. So I'm going to say, allow yourself to feel it. Don't be looking for anything specific. I provide what I experience as a guiding point. It does not mean that that's what you need to latch onto and say, well, if I'm not experiencing that, then something's wrong. And then you get frustrated. that's where you're just choosing to stay in the mind and you're fighting the process as it's happening through you. So just let it happen. Allow yourself to just feel the energy and let that energy show you and speak to you in whatever way is most natural and best for you. And your higher self is overseeing all of this, and if you are stepping out of the mind and energetically stepping into the higher self, then you will witness it through the higher self, which is open and available. That's what I guide everybody into. So I would go ahead and say, if you need to go to the bathroom or anything, please do it. I'm going to check on my dog one more time. I've got everything set up, and then we're getting started. So go ahead and get yourself comfortable, and we're going to get rolling. Okay, stay in the yard, baby. Good boy, stay in the yard. All right. All right, here we go. So go ahead and begin taking a few deep breaths. I'm going to go ahead and invoke my connection to Yeshua, Isis, Mary Magdalene, and Ra, with Osiris supporting and Thoth supporting. My ears are already ringing. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful, Mina. And you know, I posted at 222 in the group space just a little bit ago, so that's I love it. I love it. I love it. So magical. So as you're taking a few deep breaths, relax into the body, relaxing your mind, just letting everything fall away. No need to remember anything that's happened today. No need to bring that into the space. Although, just in case energetically it's coming through, we are going to go through a process which is going to allow you to set that aside. And energetically, when you come back, it's not going to be directly available for you, but it will come to the surface for you if it's necessary for you to recognize it. So be prepared for whatever is energetically still needed for you to master. Whatever that is, it will come to the surface. This is what the light does, especially solar induction. It is burning everything up from the inside out, and it is also disintegrating programming. That is the main overlighting essence of this, is that the simulation, how you have been simulating your reality, is disintegrating. It is falling apart. And although that's been in motion a little bit, for those in my soul pod, it's been in motion a lot, but it's going to kick it into high gear. So just be prepared for that. And anything that comes up, if you focus on it, overly focus on it, instead of just allowing it to appear and then just letting it go, don't keep focusing on it. Don't keep focusing on it. Don't keep replaying it. If you keep replaying it, you're keeping it in motion. The only way that it can go is if you just recognize it, accept it, and say, okay, thank you, and let it go. Don't focus on it. So go ahead and just allow your body and your mind to become harmonized in the rhythm of the breath. Recognizing that you're breathing in light force energy from 360 degrees around. This light force energy is universal energy, cosmic energy. It is your energy. And you are breathing out all that no longer serves. And I'm going to have you all repeating after me. I have a hard time when this energy starts flowing. it opens my channel up so much because I'm converging with other ascended masters, which we are already converged as one. But when I tap into and I tune into that convergence for a realm of this where the energy is material based, where it is dense, more dense, where it is a denser aspect of lower material density instead of a higher density of light, I really have to expand myself and not only be present in the body of light, which helps to uphold that, but it's almost like pushing the density away. So it's simultaneously it's transmuting and alchemizing. And so that's what's happening in this process. So you might start to feel, it's happening for me, I'm already starting to feel pressure in my crown. You might feel the wave of energy as it moves through your central channel. For me, it feels like a cool wave of energy, like a cold breeze is blowing from my root to my throat and coming up and just cycling. It's just cycling. I'm just always aware of it cycling. And it's flowing with such intensity that it's hard for me to speak. So I would like for you to repeat after me. I am the higher self. I am the light divine. I am love. I am sovereign free will. I am fixed design. I am the higher self. I am the light divine. I am love. I am sovereign free will. I am fixed design. I am the higher self. I am the light divine. I am love. I am sovereign free will. I am fixed design. And I'm going to call now to all higher selves in this transmission to join with me as my higher self. And we are all joining now in the heart. We are meeting in the higher heart. We are conjoining in connection to the gateway of truth, the gateway of the heart, the gateway of the crystalline, which is the ascension grid point for all energy that allows us to access higher states of consciousness. It begins in the higher heart, the solar plexus area, which is not the solar plexus chakra. It actually, you will start to feel the energy beginning in the solar plexus chakra, but in the physical body area, solar plexus is where the light body anchors. So that it anchors in the higher heart. That's why you feel it right here. So if you feel a lot of energy moving right through here, what you're feeling is your connection to your light body, because your light body it does not access anything below the heart or higher heart. You'll feel the energy below responding to it. But this is why I always say that if you are still accessing timelines in the lower dantian, you're not accessing your higher state of self or your higher self, and meaning by choice. So Niriakurush anasianum amokiarush anakuyarush ani ara larakuna urush in anokiaru ishwiana siakuma. Bruiser's coming closer. Shena I kuyara narash anuma. So just feel yourself as you become one with your higher self. Energetically, this can be very subtle or it can be more pronounced. It just depends on how energy shows itself for you and through you. And I would also like you to repeat the following things after me. I choose to experience through the state of joy. I choose to experience through the state of love. I choose to experience in a state of balance and harmony. I choose to experience in a state of awe and wonder. I choose to perceive all energy through higher states of being. I am the body of light. I am the body of light. I am the body of light. And for me, when I say such things, when I am stating that truth, I connect to that truth. I feel myself in a state of joy. I feel my heart just open and flutter and just, it feels so open and expansive. And if you are inside like me, I would invite you to either state internally, or you can state it externally, that I invite all energy from my environment into this portal of purification. So, on behalf of my environment, on behalf of my pets, on behalf of my family, I invite all energy in my environment into this portal of purification. Narashani Kuyaru Akumano Ishiana. Larashana Kiyash Ana. So I'm going to go ahead now and call in ultraviolet angelic flame. And I'm going to ask ultraviolet angelic flame to create a spherical grid space of fire, allowing us to begin setting up and enhancing, it's already set up, enhancing this portal of purification. I'm also going to call upon the children of the gateway of the central sun, going to go ahead and connect with them. And they are setting up a spherical grid of golden light around the crystalline heart grid. So again, see this spherical orb, and it looks like molten gold, and it has platinum and silver within it, sparkles of platinum and silver, like white diamond flecks. And it is, this orb is encircling on the outside of the crystalline heart, which is crystalline diamond flame, white diamond flame, with flecks again of golden, copper, silver, platinum. And as this golden orb is circling the heart, what it is doing is it is converging and it is coalescing. So what is happening is we are setting the energetic stage as we are anchoring into this with our body of light. I'm going to call up now the crystalline grid from the central sun of Terra. And I'm calling this up, penetrating the earth star, the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, the higher heart, and anchoring in between the heart and higher heart. So connecting up into that crystalline heart. That's the white diamond flame. Calling down from universal consciousness, calling down from the central sun, calling down from the grand central sun. This would be the consciousness of creation, pure creation energy, pure Mother Creatrix, Father Source, coming in as much is available in this space, this realm, because we can only have a portion of that energy. So calling that down in now from universal star to sun star to soul star to crown to third eye, to throat, to higher heart, and to heart. Anchoring into and between the higher heart and connecting into that golden disc. Allowing those energies to coalesce and dance, and this is harmonizing with your one central flow of light, your pillar of light. This is your central channel. This is where you are in your purest state of being. So I would like for you to just take a moment and become intimate and recognize your central channel. I would like for you to feel it. I would like for you to become intimately aware of what this feels like for you. I would like for you to feel yourself immersed and embraced by this flow. Feel the energy as it's moving. For me, I can just, it feels like a cool breeze moving through, opening up everything. I would also like to invoke the activation of the Magi Grail Cross, which is the how it is presented to me, Karh'dasha. The Karh'dasha is the eternal time. It is the infinite timeless now. So this cross is interwoven and activated. It brings forth and connects all chakras into wholeness, into oneness. It also calls in the masculine and feminine into oneness, into harmony, into resonance, creating one central flow of energy where you are in divine unification with the self. You are one. You are not just this or that, you are all. Areshiakuma Rukana, Narashiakuma. Now the children of purity, children of purity, I join with my brethren. As a child of purity, I join with those that are connected to me and through me from my universal monadic expression. This comes to me in the form of my seraphim connection, Sasha Mara. As Sasha Mara, I am connected to the universal realm of Loren. And I speak the truth now on behalf of that coding of purity, and all codes flow forth henceforth from this connection. And I join as one into oneness and into harmonic resonance with this energy. Ina Nariyash Anasu Kuyara Duru Ash Anano Duru Ash Kuyasi Ikuyana Shakuya Aru Ashanas Inas Uduru Inas Iwa Kuyasana Shiara Ikuyasana Shiakana Ira Onomuya Irash Anas Ikuya. I'm going to call in now the connection point to the gateway of the central sun, which is providing us with continual layered access of our induction of the solar consciousness. This connection comes into of your neck, into that chakra point. So you might feel your spine go more erect. You might feel energy flowing through your central nervous system. This is all absolutely normal, so just allow it to be. So calling in the gateway of the central sun, calling in the gateway of the children of the central sun. Activating solar induction. Shono Kuyaru, Ina Kuyana, Darash Akuyas. And for me, I feel it beginning right in the middle of the higher heart, where it would be on my spine, but right in the wing space. So from heart to higher heart, I feel it, and then to the base of my neck. There's a gateway of energy there, which is connecting us into these higher realms, which allows everything up here access to the higher states of being, the higher states of consciousness, which give us direct access to all coding. So with each soul in this transmission, your unique blueprint is an access point for your unique coding. So as I speak these words now, as I speak in every transmission, there is energy flowing through me. As you are connected through me, there is energy flowing through you, and it is activating my signature blueprint, my signature resonance, and my signature connection to codes of purity. It is accessing what your signature resonance and access is to your highest path of purpose. This might not necessarily be codes of purity, but it could be something is far greater than the 3D world. Like me right now, you feel your third eye and you feel your crown just buzzing. Shana si kuyado shana. So what I'm going to ask you to do now is we are going to enter the gateway of the central sun. Much like we entered the gateway of the central sun of Terra, we're going to enter the gateway of the central sun of the universe. And as stated, the central sun of our universe is connected into all other central suns. So I'm already feeling like through here is just itching and burning because the crown, the connection, the gateway has been made. So I would like for you to do as we normally do and see yourself taking whatever is been providing you with resistance or challenges or whatever's been weighing you down. And I would like for you to place it in a suitcase or a bag. And I would like for you to just see yourself just placing everything in it that is challenging you in the now moment that has been consistently coming forth. This does not mean that you just get back is going to assist, and it's actually already here. The journey is just part of the fun. When you return in awareness, everything that has been given and granted, which is going to bring everything to the surface. That's why after the transmission, everything comes up. Everything, like you feel good, and then all of a sudden everything gets shaken up. Tower moments, right? Tower moments are meant to happen. That means that much came through. So you're going to have a lot of stuff coming to the surface. How you move through it is based on what you believe. So if something comes up and you let it happen to you and you say, well, I feel horrible, and my mother or my father or my husband or my friend said this or whatever the case is, and you let that put you into a victimhood mentality, then you forego an opportunity for you to transcend and master. You're still going to master it. It's just going to take you a little bit longer. So understand that everything is meant to come to the surface. You're going to be seeing everything you're meant to see. Everything that you as your higher self dictates is necessary for you to make it to the next higher level of you, which means this must be seen, acknowledged, and accepted. It must be. So allow yourself to just go ahead and accept that. Be prepared for that. Acknowledge that and welcome it. Do not accept it with gratitude instead of being so resistant to the one of the most vital parts of this process, because the process happens through you. Shakiaru anas inakuya. So as you place all that you feel is necessary and needed into, and I feel that just assisted a few in feeling a little bit lighter in their approach. I felt some lightness come from that. So I'm grateful that that truth was spoken through me. And there will be much coming through and burning away in the lower dantian. Again, we are calling into and experiencing the root as the red ray, the sacral as the orange ray, the solar plexus as the yellow ray, the heart as the green ray, the higher heart as the turquoise, or like a blue, turquoise, indigo, silver. I see turquoise and silver mostly. And we are experiencing all these in conjunction with the higher as rays, not as chakras, as rays. And they are one singular flow of energy with individual expressions of rays. That's why we are no longer connecting to chakras in the way that we recognize them, because chakras connect us to timelines. There's only one timeline in unity consciousness. So in the 5D etheric, there are rays, light body rays. Whichever ray you are most present in, where you begin, and you move upwards from the rays, just like you did in the chakras. Kiakunu Ashana. So I would like for you to see the gateway in front of you. And this is the gateway to the central sun. And I would like for however it is for you, however is most comfortable for you, go ahead and set your suitcase and your bags down. And then when you are ready, cross the threshold through the gateway. And I want you to become aware that Isis, Ra, Yeshua, Mary Magdalene, Osiris, and Thoth are all here to assist, along with the children of purity, the children of the gateway of the central sun. And they are all here to guide you and assist you on your journey to the central sun. I would like for you to feel as you are connecting with them through your higher self. Shana ina, ara ina, nara ina kuya, ina sodo, ina kuya ina, shana sonoma, ina kuya. Nira kurusha are aware that that's where you would like to be. If it is easier for you to see stairs, then allow stairs to become present. Arashana kuyan, ashana kuyan, ikashana, shiasna, nashana. And I would like for you to see either you are automatically there or the stairs are guiding you there. I personally like to just, when I recognize that I'm there, I'm there. Just, I'm teleported, I'm instantly there, and I can see everything that's there for me. So I'd like for you to take a moment. I'm going to go unplug the phone. I would like for you to take a moment, and I would like for you to look around. This is slightly different than the gateway, or slightly different than the central sun of Terra. This is more light. It is not really a dense, it doesn't really have any density to it. The only thing that has a slight density to it is the prism in the middle, like a huge crystal. And this crystal is also not this infinite beams of light that are creating this crystal in the center of this space. So I would like for you to see what that is for you. And once you are able to connect with that, so like you to become aware of Yeshua, Isis, and Ra are the three most predominant energies that, of course, Mary Magdalene are these three. Mary Magdalene is going to be working at false womb. That's what I'm being shown. So she is present through you, but her energy, you might feel a lot of movement in the physical organic while simultaneously feeling fully present and aware of this chamber of light. So I'm going to go ahead and request that Mother Mary of invocation and restructuring, along with you as your higher self, working within the physical organic and assisting in the release from the false womb, sacral timelines, and bloodline lineage. So because she is a purity carrier, because she is of course, as we know, part of the Karh'dasha. Much like myself and others, she is a part of the carriers of the infinite timeless now, the pure codes. And as she is inducting, what I'm being told, inducting, what she is doing is she is calling back with you and your higher self. And I would like for you to join with her. Feel your energy conjoined with hers as we call back all fragments of soul self throughout all space and time that have been given unconsciously or through conscious choice through the sacral. Any energy that has been exchanged through sexual exchange or through birth lineage. Your energy is fragmented through birth lineage. So there is an induction of the purity codes from a place of their highest indigo timeline, which is the one ascending timeline in this realm. And that is being inducted into the DNA. And simultaneously, I'm going to join now with Yeshua, Ra, and Isis. And I would like for you to become all three that you feel most connected with. Whichever one comes to you first, though, that one or those are the ones you're most connected with. And I'm going to put my hands up like normal, creating a pyramid of induction and a pyramid of exchange. And I would like for you the exchange that is processing through me as the higher self and through as the higher self. Ishana Udu Amuyanda Narash Ana. So as we work through this, I would like to bring an awareness to what is taking place. Solar induction is restructuring the mind. It is recreating the cellular blueprint. It is disintegrating the simulation. It is breaking down how you perceive yourself from within and how you perceive yourself from without. Uru akuri anamatosh anadakia. Naroshana kunias. Uru ashonuma. Narash anasi. I'm being asked now to fully invoke and embody the coding of Sasha Mara. So I step now into that energy. Joining with Yeshua. Joining with Isis. Joining with Ra. Nash ana kurush. Ina sonum. Ina sonum arush ana. Ina kuri asana kuru. Ish anas anaru. Nashkana ikuyak. Anadu karak dosh anak. Karak ak ingorok dosh anan. Karakti kun mundarakuma. Karak ingum mandashana. Gwerika shana kuri. Karakana uri kuni akuna. Karakunuma kuri akura. Ishana sana. Okay, join your hands together. Rub your hands together. And drop your hands down to the side. No, baby, you gotta go over there and sit down. Go sit down. Go sit down. No, go sit down, baby. Go sit down. Go sit down. Sorry. Go sit down, baby. Go. Go. Mama's doing her live. Go sit down. Go. Go, baby. Go. I'm doing my live. Go. Okay. Drop your hands down to the side. Ishia kumuna inasa. Inasa kuru ashkuyana. Kiaru amoyana sana kurush. Kias as kias. I'm going to call each of you now into the third eye. As we join together in the portal of the third eye, we join now within the gateway of Karh'dasha. I call now all cosmic brethren from within the gateway of Karh'dasha, those beings of light of the highest love light resonance. Shana Sadhu, I call through all realms of universal light resonance, calling in now through the central gateway of the grand central sun, throughout universal realm 18, universal realm 17, universal realm 16, universal realm 15, universal realm 14, universal realm 13, universal realm 12, universal realm 11, universal realm 10, universal realm 9, universal realm 8, universal realm 7, universal realm 6, universal realm 5, universal realm 4, universal realm 3, universal realm 2, universal realm 1. As we can join in the dynamic of triadic convergence in oneness, conjoining all Dragon Mother Ascended Master Tribe teachers, joining in oneness, calling forth through the third eye, the Sigil of Illumina, induction of solar consciousness, rising up out of the simulated mind and into higher mind and higher consciousness. We are one. We are one. I speak now on behalf of all energies conjoined in this space throughout all time. Feel the joy, feel the immense peace and balance and harmony flow through you. Feel the love. It is infinite. It is even beyond unconditional. It is infinite. Feel your connection to creation. Ish ana sandaso. Ish ana udu anumakuya. Opening and expanding the heart, calling all energy, bridging and marrying the gap between higher heart and third eye. The children of the central sun are now placing the crown of consciousness upon the heads of all souls in this transmission. Allow yourself to receive this crown of thorns. This crown of thorns is energy. It is pure light energy, and it signifies receiving the crowns of indigo rose codes. Indigo rose codes come only through higher states of consciousness. They are not received through any physical dynamic connection. Although the light body is the transportation vehicle that allows us to arise into the realms and receive. As we receive this crown each and every time, we are agreeing to release our connection to the red rose codes. We are agreeing to release our connection to the false womb, and we are reclaiming our connection to the sacred womb of Mother Creatrix, Father Source. Ina Shanu Amoyana. Sakuya. I call down now through the central nervous system, pouring the energy in from the blue rose codes, pouring the energy down now, calling the energy down to anchor into the heart and allowing it to flow from the heart out, allowing it to be immersed and engulf each and every aspect of energy within your spherical grid space, which will then permeate and penetrate your environment. Narashana kunuma kuyaru. And as you are here in this beautiful, beautiful chamber of light, I would like for you to be aware that you are fully present in your body of light. You are still, of course, connected to the organic body through the awareness that that exists. But I would like for you to acknowledge that in this body of light, all that you desire to experience in the realm of physical organic is fully available to you now. This is the realm, this is the experience where pain and imprints of trauma do not exist. Know that that is available to you now. It is always available to you now. This energy is fully present right now in the 3D organic as well. It is disintegrating, it is diminishing the availability for you to access such past or projected future selves, because that energy is now reclaimed in harmony, in purity. It is now reclaimed for the purpose of higher ascension. So we reclaim these fragments of self, and I would ask Mother Mary to work in conjunction with the higher self in taking these fragments of self that have been chosen throughout time within different points of space and different connections to different other selves. Recognizing that other selves were just fragments, we call these back. Receiving the wholeness, the oneness, receiving the unified soul self. Shana Kwiri Inas Anoma. Ira Kwiri Asya. And I would like for you to see there is a rainbow that is just shooting out from the crown. That's it, just pouring out from the crown. And there are these beautiful indigo rose petals that are just flowering out, blooming and flowering, and just pouring out. And I would like for you to recognize that Yeshua, Ra, Isis, Osiris, Thoth, they're all calling to you. They have a message for you, something specific to you. There is something that you are meant to receive. And this is vital for you on your journey and your path and your point of ascension in the now moment. I would like for you to receive that from them now. And I'm going to ask the higher self to connect this into the central nervous system and feed it into the awareness of each soul in this transmission. And I call all souls to this transmission that are in need of receiving such light from within themselves. Shana so kiaru, nuru amuyana, darash ana siadush ana. I would ask now to join with Yeshua It just knocked my Yashana siaru akuya nashtana sari kuya aru kumash asana aru kuya nashtia kuk ak kumak uri inas akina zoro inas kuya sanda rum darash Gikak ak gikak ak hish anu ish laru iwa ana ikanashtana zikiaru amanasi inashtana sana kunia idashana sana kiaru mana inas kuya inas Ina sukundash kunia kana karak arak arak arak. Inak arak manak arak ig anak manak unumak ig anak moina inak arak inak inak arak anik jandorak anik ana iwasana kunak ira inasana kunak irak umanashana ina kurak anashia inakana konashia inakarak kurak ana inakara. Inakura ish ana Roma Soriana Sana Kriana Jana Zana Zia Maru Akunasa Zikiaru Ash Ak Mano Aro. Join with us now, beloved souls, and know thyself to be thine light, and to thine light be true and hold true, no matter what shall come, no matter what shall be, know thine light to be as all that is. Inakarak arak ana aruk ana sonoma kuri. Beloved souls, we join you in oneness. We join you in harmonic resonance. We join you in love. We join you in light. Open your heart, open your eye, and see yourself within the mirror of thine light. For thine light is our light, and our light is thine light, for we are one. Arak arik anakono makuri asana. Ina shana kumaro ina sakuyaru. You are the harmonic resonance of creation. You are a symphony of love. Aru kanak, inak kanak. You are past, future. You are both in the ever-present, infinite, timeless now. There is not one or the other. There is only now. Inak onuruk akunak arik ana, anakana inakana. Beloved souls, we know that the truth of Ascended Master teachings has provided much distortion and dissonance in this realm. This is due to the desire to contain the light within. Darakana urukana, diakana onokara, inakuru ashkoyana inakana. You see, beloved souls, for you to find us within the self would be the greatest power that resides within the whole totality of this realm energetically. To know ourselves as we do, as the light within. Narakana, as the within is always the gateway to truth. Anakana uruk ana. And this gateway of truth will always lead you home. Anakana uruk ana. And this home will always be found within the heart. Narakani akurukana. We reside within, therein, with you, within, always. Narakana ish kuyaro. Many have chosen to find us only through the teachings. Inakuruk arak ni aru ashanasu. But you see, beloved souls, that is merely a fragment of our energy. We reside here in oneness. We reside here with you in divine resonance, in the pure vibration of creation. Narash inak arak anoma. We are you and you are us, although you are a unique representation of the light. Anakni kurukana, as are we. And through this unique representation of the light, narakara inak urukara, you shall find yourself reflected within. As you face us in this transmission, as you look to us, as you see us, we ask you to see yourselves. Nuk aruk ark in muyara, narakana. Know yourself within the mirror of light, for our face is your face. Your face is our face. The only difference is that what we provide from within our unique blueprint of the light is our legacy of love. What you provide within your unique blueprint of light is your legacy of love. Narakana unish kuyara. Inakuruk anashiakuru. Inakana unusara. We join now with you, imparting with you as your higher self, assisting you in claiming your legacy of love. Lararu marki akarakana. Arakana kuna shukuri arakana. The children of light are now creating a circle of divine white light. Shanakana unuma kuriakana oroshana inakana inakana oroshana. Inakana oroshana inakana. Hiakuna sana shiakuna unuma kuyaras. Join with us. Join with us as we dance within the flames of eternal creation. See yourself in this eternal flame of light. Narakana inasara. We join with you now. Inakana kurushana. We join with you now. Inakana dhyasana. And we dance in harmonic resonance of love. Ishkana. Of light. Anakana. Larakudushana. In the beauty and celebration of you and your divine light. Ishana kuruana siyakana unomakuya. Shanas aru ana. Shiakumano inas ana shukuyara. Through your connection to the Ascended Masters, through your connection of your higher Ascended Self, recognize that the Sigil of Illumina is being imprinted in your third eye. Crown of Thorns has been imprinted on your crown. The flame of truth is being encircled around your throat. And the rainbow of light is emitting from your heart. Find yourself in each one of these codes. Find yourself in each one of these rays, which have infinite expressions of light. Darakana. And as I am joined with Yeshua, Ra, Isis, and Mother Mary, I would like for you to feel your connection. I would like for you to feel yourself joined with them. You. I will hold this up for as long as I'm able, because when I'm joined in such energy, it is a bit overwhelming. So I do feel like I'm going to pass out a little bit, but join with me now in the pyramid of Purity. Shana sana ina kuyaru. Shana sana inarar ki anuma kuyasiya. Shanzana siyaru. And I would like for you to see this flame of indigo, violet, magenta light. Shansana turki andara kumando. And I would like for you to join us, for you are already there. Allow your awareness to connect you to this pyramid. I would like for you to see the children of purity as they dance in the eternal flame. Dance with them. As they sing your praises, as they celebrate you as a carrier of light. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate you. Honor you, for you are a pillar of light. And as we transition now into this year, the energy is already here. This is the year of the light worker. This is the year of the light torch bearer. This is the year of the way showers. This is the year of those that are creating the new earth. And it creates through us. For those that are joining this transmission, if you have yet to join a transmission of mine, or if you have yet to join a pod of souls that have committed to this journey, you are being asked now from a higher self level to join. It is vital that we have as many on this journey as possible so that we can experience this new earth as the heaven on earth that we know it is. We find ourselves there through each other. We find ourselves there from within. From within, we connect to others. And just as in this transmission, we find ourselves in unity. We find ourselves in light. We find ourselves in love. Shia Kunum. I will speak now a song of light as the Sasha Mara. Bring your hands together. Rub them, anchoring yourself into this energy, and then just bring your hands out to the side. And I will share with you now a story of my heritage, a story of light. This is being channeled through as my monadic, universal resonance, Sasha Mara. And I invite you to tune in and receive it. I think we have a visitor. Shakuyana. Someone here, Brew? There's an energy present with us. Garash Kiado. I would like for you to feel yourself now connected to your universal heritage, to your earth heritage, your lineage of light. I know it is so easy to focus on our lineage of darkness that we lose access to our lineage of light. We forget that we are so much more than the trauma. Yes, we are here to clear the trauma and to recognize the imprints that we carry so that we no longer choose that path anymore. But now we are being asked to no longer choose that and to no longer focus on that, to focus on our divine heritage of light, our crown, the flames. So as I tell you the story of my divine heritage, I invite you to find your story within it. I join now with all energies in this chamber of light, and I connect to all realms throughout all space and time, and I channel this story of universal creation so that each soul in this transmission might find a reflection of themselves from within it. Ingarashkia, inasatarashkianasa, urumasania, iwana sarasara, iwana sarasara, ikarakiandaras, diashkunoshkia sanadash, irakumanora,
Inkas sodoshkia. Marakikas. Marakundas. Marashia komadoshkia. Ikashkunas iras. Makuna. In nushki nasakiasha. Katashkana. Natutushkana. Ikashkuna. Una ina kuyara. Shkundarakuma. Makura. Matorokana. Ish kura. Nikarash. Inia kuria kara nasatara teki kumanda. Kuyas I kuyas. Naraku, naraku, naraku. Thank you for receiving. Much has been gained from this transmission. So, in this cavern of light, I'm going to ask now to receive any final parts of coding. I'm going to ask you to receive what else is here for you from within this cavern and beyond. Mother Mary has, Mother Mary was with Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene has finished energetically. That energy is here, and I just recognize that. Mary Magdalene has finished her work energetically along with you and through you, as have all ascended masters in this transmission. The children of light have once again adorned the crown upon the heads of those receiving. It is up to you, always up to you, to experience this energy through your unique access of your pillar of light. We must recognize, dearly beloved souls, that this energy is not just free for the taking, it is free for the remembering. Yes, it is freely given, but it is only accessible to those who commit themselves to their highest truth always, for that is where it is found. It is found within your highest truth, and it is found within the highest access points of you energetically. This is very purposeful. For we cannot just give this access to everyone all the time, because it will be manipulated, because that is the only thing the mind knows how to do, is it doesn't understand it. So it will attempt to manipulate and make an understanding that is worthy of it to be able to understand. And that is not how it works. So I invite you to recognize that all was received, and all that is received will be experienced in divine timing through you. You are always going to access it when you are choosing everything energetically that supports the access to it. So I would like for everyone to go ahead and start moving towards the gateway in which you entered. And whenever you are ready, go ahead and leave the way that you came. And once you are out, I would like for you to just start becoming aware of your physical presence. Start energetically allowing yourself to connect everything as above to everything so below, if you will. Anchoring yourself in to the organic through your awareness, and knowing that everything that was brought through is integrating on a cellular level. It has been in motion the entire time. And I would like for you to just feel your energy open. feel the expansiveness, feel the lightness. And when you feel comfortable enough, I would love to hear from those that are still awake and present in the comments. And there's so much moving through, and it's going to continue to move through. Feeling that there might be an early transmission tomorrow, and then probably like a day or so of rest. So for me, what I'm hearing is we're those that are on this path that are here in my soul pod, for each of you that are continuously upholding your path of light and truth, you are being brought into continual activation of your light body, which means the more that you move along this path and the longer that you remain committed, I know for myself, I'm really, really starting to experience a greater, it seems like a more consistent access to the light body, where yes, in transmissions like this, I am directly focused on that energy, a lot of energy moving. But what I'm noticing is my environment is reflect my access point in the body of light is now. It's coming up further and further out of the organic. My monthly bleed this month was, like stated, it was almost, it lasted for exactly as long as I was told, for 2 days. And I knew come the calendar year, turn of the calendar year, it was going to be very difficult for my energy to access any point of the false womb. And now I see that. So I do know that that aspect of the divine feminine, which is not really the divine feminine is free of the false womb. There is no monthly bleed in the divine feminine because she is whole, complete. There is no need or necessity for such fragmented, stagnant energy. And the divine feminine is also whole with the divine masculine. So there is no need or necessity for the connection to codependency either. So this has been these yesterday, the last few transmission, this solar induction transmission has been extremely powerful for me. I don't know what it's like for everyone else. It seems to be that way for everyone else, especially for those yesterday that commented right after the transmission. Tonight, today, which was just the energy. And it finally, because it's being completely rewired. So everything in the central nervous system is being rewired. And that's what just happened again. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the pressure in my skull right now. So it's extremely intense. But everything that is, and we're just layering it on top of the next. So what's happening now is, for those in my soul pod, instantaneous healing. Now, I want you to keep in mind that that means you have to be connected energetically to the state of higher mind and consciousness that allows that. Huh. I'm not for sure why. The energy has been off, so honestly, I'm not surprised. It's weird that it kicked you out completely, but I'm not surprised energetically that happened, honestly. It's the energy and what's flowing through you. I'm not surprised. That's what I'm hearing. So an integration of instantaneous healing, which means the molecular structure is reconfigured so that whatever you think, you are. And that has to be an access of the mind, free of programming and free of limitation. So when you are finally accessing yourself from a state of higher mind and higher consciousness, you have immediate access to instantaneous healing and regeneration. It's just a truth. So that's available for you now. You get there by consistently transcending these limitations and transcending these reactions and transcending the way you think and the way you behave. Um, yeah, that's interesting, Mina. You're very welcome. It kicked out once on my end. I don't know if you've already left. But it only kicked it out once for me, so it might have just been your phone since you got kicked out individually. I mean, that's what I received immediately, was that it was the energy on your end. So I think maybe on the rewatch you might notice that it's a bit smoother. So I think that might help when you watch on the rewatch. Although it did kick out when Yeshua came in, when just like yesterday, as soon as we link up energetically through my awareness that we're linked up energetically, it about knocks me out completely. And I'm still feeling, like when you feel like you're about to pass out and you go numb, like it feels like pins and needles. But I'm still feeling that even as I say it, even as I bring my awareness back to that, because it's always happening. I feel like I'm going to pass out again. So, one second. Okay. Um, mm, can I please receive some resistance as my higher self to acclimate to these energies? Thank you. Okay. Mm, okay. Yes, that's exactly like how my leg went numb too, Angie. Because think about it, our blood, our energy is following guidance from whatever information is being fed, and the density is restructuring itself. The energy in the cells is being reconfigured, and so everything is changing, which means, this is what I mean, this is also why I'm saying instantaneous healing. Like, we are entering into a vessel energetically that now is accessible to us, where we no longer have to ever concern them. not not in this way, not as a consistent state of being, because we always had the programs kicking in which would knock us out of that awareness. So what's taking place is, through our awareness, these aspects are being layered in upon themselves, which are that's us, that's our energy, those are all aspects of ourselves. But instead of layering in these density layers of karma or trauma, those consistently removed. And now anytime they're consistently removed by your choice to allow them to no longer be in motion through you, you allow these layers of light energy to become the new predominant access point of your vessel. And so your cells are able to remember their most natural state and layer on that natural state. And that's what's happening. So, but that's accessible through a mind that is not choosing to see the body as sick, or choosing to see itself as a victim. When you go back into saying, well, if you start with saying, well, I know energy is purging, but then as soon as you feel bad enough, you finally reach a point where you're finally like, well, I guess I am sick. If you just switch back to that, then you allow the programming to kick in. And so long as you give that energy access through you, it's not fully cleared from this realm. So it's gonna get access to you, and you're gonna connect with that, because you have a greater remembrance of that through this incarnate form than you do of your light self in this incarnate form. So you have to consistently choose to connect into the remembrance of the self of light, instead of the self of physical density that is trauma, karma that is 3D. So, and this right here, this feeling like you might not be doing it right, or the feeling like you don't, the unknown, and the all the different aspects that you move through. It's like it's all as your energy is disentangling from the beliefs, you move through different waves of emotions and how you perceive the emotions. So what I've recognized in these, where people, it seems like the experience for everyone else is you're not seeing as much, but you're feeling it, which is understandable, considering that a lot of what you access, even in the imagery, in the transmissions, is still being fed through what you recognize through your own experience of the mind. That's being completely restructured. So I feel like the children, yeah, but it's I know I can tell you personally that these are some of the most powerful transmissions, energetically speaking. Um, yes, it's the exact same thing, except we don't access it through some course. It's not like teaching. Um, see, this was another really powerful one. So I'm getting ready to wrap it up, and I'm really, of course, it won't be available tomorrow, but I'm really excited to hear your experience. But yes, that's absolutely true, Angie. That's what's happening is light is intelligent, infinite information. So it's rewiring everything through us. So we don't have to think about it. Gotcha, Mina. Gotcha. Yeah, and those imprints of pain, again, these will eventually subside. But the thing about the imprints of pain is they are always connected to childhood trauma, and childhood trauma is connected to what we remember traumatically in any lifetime. So the more that you are viewing situations in your environment through the lens of that trauma, or the lens of something that's always been the same way to process situations. So if you always, if you're continuously going back into those pathways that process what's happening to you, then it continuously activates the pain body or the pain imprint. But that's what's also accessible above those imprints, the access of the body without it. And those are fully available. That's what all this is doing, is it's releasing all that. However, the one thing that I know, because I mean, I experience pain myself, there actually, but the pain that I experience comes from, yes, my dear, because remember, injury is, that's still victimhood mentality. Nothing happens to you, not even an injury. An injury is a byproduct of energy that had been building up and was blocked, and finally the I see you're still feeding into that, and that's why the injury is a byproduct of where injury was blocked. And eventually what happened is it showed up in your projection as an injury, but it was not it. That's like a when we talk about triggers of triggers. Yes, as you're still identifying the trauma, you have to begin identifying it as something different so that you can tell your body that that's not where it needs to feed into. So yes, absolutely. And the childhood trauma is, oh, hang on, you guys, let me get Hoot in. The childhood trauma is a reflection of a lot of it we've already talked about. I know you're very aware of it, Mina, but it's also feeding over from your soul imprints. So as you start to reclaim these aspects of soul self, you're going to see all of these aspects of self that you have been energetically entangled with, emotions. So wherever you are viewing something from entanglement, meaning you view the experience from a place of limitation, which blocks your availability to energetically experience it from a place that is free, which means without pain. So long as you continue to entangle yourself energetically in these beliefs that can only, the only thing that they can do is activate limited experiences, which is pain. Pain is energy that can't move, which means it's limited, it's blocked, it's not flowing. So long as you continue to identify sickness as sickness, injury as injury, then that's the only thing you're going to be able to experience. You're only going to be able to activate it in that way. So yes, when you are experiencing emotional pain, when you are in victimhood mentality and someone does something to you, someone doesn't do something for you that you think they should, someone doesn't hear you, someone doesn't respond to you in a way you think they should, you entangle your energy within that belief, which blocks the flow of your natural state, which then activates the pain imprint of trauma. Come here, Lulu. Come here, bud. I'll have to get him up here. So that's like, so when, like, Mina, you were just moving through some stuff that had you, your emotions were greatly entangled with your situation. So anytime, and this is anyone, anytime, anytime your energy of the situation and you hold so tightly to that belief that your energy stays entangled in the belief, which means the belief continues to replay the situation through you, then that energy gets all bundled up and your energy doesn't flow, which then activates an imprint of pain. So if until you are able to start disentangling yourself and letting things happen, and if they don't do something you think they need to do, then you realize that's your responsibility to allow them to just exist as they exist. You exist as you exist, and you're responsible for how you want things to be in your reality. No one else is. And so long as, you continuously, anyone continuously goes back into the expectation of what someone should or shouldn't do, in that moment you entangle yourself energetically. Therefore you feel a certain way and you have a difficult time not feeling that way because you have a difficult time not letting go. And that's what it means. I go live a lot of times and there's just so much energy moving through that it will cause a feeling of distortion in my vessel, which is painful because the physical organic is not used to channeling that much energy. And if I wanted to, I could identify it and saying this is so painful, but I also recognize I can use that as a point of being distracted, or I can step into a recognition that it is within my power to disintegrate it, because it was in my power to create it. It's in my power to disintegrate it. So, oh, that's beautiful. So beautiful to hear that, Christy. That means you got on at the exact time it was intended for your soul to receive this healing. So much more is here. I didn't do much talking into the beginning of this. There's Hoot. Let me let Hoot in really quickly. Good boy. Thank you, baby. Sorry, I've been busy. Come on in and get one. So, go over here, Boo. So, no. So when we are moving through such things, I recognize, and I'm gonna finish it up on this. Um, I'm I'm in an environment with my parents all the time, and it's very easy for me to be in an environment with my father, but not so much my mother. And so I find myself, and you guys know I've spoken to this in my soul pod quite a lot. Um, when she purposefully will do things to get attention, like a toddler. And like a toddler, it's always about, I need to be seen, I need to be heard. It's not, she doesn't care what she's saying, but if it elicits a response from you, whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter. She just wants the attention. So there's a immense amount of projected, entangled, beacon of light for those that don't understand what you are. They're unconscious to it, but to them, you make them uncomfortable. They feel a desire to prove something to you because there's something there that's challenging them and they don't know what it is, but they feel this need to either challenge you or to purposefully try to overstep you and your boundaries. So even if they don't understand what boundaries are, they're still working on programming that performs that through them in some way. So with my mother, I have to consciously, and I mean consciously in every moment, remind myself that I do not need to respond and that not everything needs to, and I also know there's no possible human way for anyone in my reality to always do what I expect them to do. That's just not the way this works. So the moment I let go of, just because if I'm not feeling good or if I'm through a purge or I have a migraine, it's no one else's responsibility to care for me. Just because they're my parents, that's another programming. That's the role of the program, is that figures are to a standard or an expectation of what they should or shouldn't do for you when you are in a certain set of energies, then you are just letting yourself down every time. And because they're running on programs and they are not you and you are not them. So yes, they're running on trauma. Yes, they're running on programs, which is even more reason for you not to hold expectations. So that's number one. Okay, beautiful, Mina. I hadn't read this yet, and I'm just okay, beautiful. I was speaking into that. Um, yes, and I'm sorry, I know that just um, when we think that someone needs to do something for us, um, and they don't, then again, what do? We place our belief on energy that's in motion, connected to someone else. So we project that into the situation, into the environment, which entangles it even further. So there we go. We just blocked our energy. So any single time you expect something to be done a certain way because you believe that there are certain standards that should be held, you're not creating your environment. You're you're always manifesting, you're always creating, but you're not creating from a place of change. You're just expecting there to be change just because you are doing this path and fulfilling this path. It's not just about these transmissions. And what do I say all the time? It's actually what you do in every moment outside of the transmissions that are the most valuable and most important. If you're not taking aligned action, when you recognize that something is imbalanced, that's a beautiful opportunity for you to take a step back and say, that's where I just projected an expectation. That's where I just blocked my energy. I need to take a step back, pull my energy back from the projection, and recreate how I'm going to move forward from a place of aligned action, which looks like, if I desire for there to be greater balance and harmony, then it happens from within me. So I need to set myself up into the energy of balance, into the energy of harmony. And then everything that you do and everything you experience from that place will always be harmonic and balanced. Even if the others don't show up in a way that you perceive to be harmonic, if you don't react to it or respond to it, it is harmonic. It's just what you're perceiving and how you're perceiving it. So, oh wait, crap. Hang on, you guys. Sorry. Okay, sorry, you guys. I did not realize that I had like kind of an emergency message. Apologies about that. So I'm going to wrap this up really quickly because I do have to do something here. So that's how we experience balance and harmony, is not because we hold an expectation of what it should be, but let's say someone comes along, say your mom comes along and says something that doesn't feel good or that you don't like, or say she didn't get something for you that you, that out of agitation, you have chosen harmony. She didn't do it. The situation didn't do it. You did it. So you can stay in balance and harmony all the time. You can just say, oh, okay, well, you can look at it from a place of truth, which is, that was opportunity for grow. That was an opportunity for me to master by not reacting. And each time you master by grateful that someone didn't show up in a way you expected, that someone forgot to get something for you, that someone said something to you that was that could agitated you had you allowed it. When you allow acceptance instead of agitation, when you allow yourself to be grateful that it happened and transcend. Absolutely. But to keep in mind that he is still running on soul imprints. Every soul is. So that's what's so beautiful and powerful about where you're at, Christy, is because you can influence through your choices by letting him be and discover in the exact way that is intended and needed for a child and a soul, and still allowing you, and you can guide him from a way that is now you, that you have the availability to do that, away from being further integrated into societal programmings. Of course, every soul is still feeding into the hive mind of 3D regardless, until they choose otherwise. So, but it has not anchored itself as deeply as it is for the rest of us, as you said. And it allows him an opportunity, even more so now, to be more guided to a path of higher consciousness and light. So, I love you guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So, I do need to tend to something. I am so grateful that every single one of you joined. Today's transmission is public. Of course, it won't be available for another 24 hours or so, but I will be posting the link again and posting it again on Facebook if you would like to share it, so we can share this light with others, and hopefully allow them to see the power that comes from such a space like our Soul Pod, because being consistently active in such progression as is provided, not just through the transmission, but that is provided by upholding this choice, is extremely powerful. That's how you access New Earth. So I love you all so much. Sleep well, Miss Mina. Oh, that's beautiful, Christy. Beautiful. I love that, Christy. Beautiful. Thank you, Miss Angie. Thank you, everyone. I love you all so much. I look forward to catching up with you guys in WhatsApp. Please let me know whatever else comes through for you, if any more clarity comes through. And I look forward to hearing from those of you that are watching the replay. So until then, until next time, Adonai.